可明师姐，请您到司仪台。可明师姐，请您到司仪台。可明师姐。
welcome our lineage Guru, the founder of the Buddha School, His Holiness Living Buddha Lian-Sheng, to enter into the Homa hall. Now we will pay homage to the three jewels of the altar.
"请主持人敬献哈达，以表最高敬意。让我们以热烈的掌声感谢师尊的赐福。
His Holiness just accepted Hatha offering from the primary supplicants, an offering as a symbol of the highest honor. And now we are inviting His Holiness to bless the offering items for Homa. Thank you to His Holiness for your blessings. Now we are inviting His Holiness to ascend to the Homa throne. And we are inviting Simu, all the Dharma Masters, reference, our distinguished guests and all participants to please be seated. Inviting His Holiness to bless the prayers of the primary supplicants. Let's give a great round of applause to our lineage root Guru, His Holiness Living Buddha Lian-Sheng, for presiding over this Acala Homa fire offering ceremony. We would also like to extend warm welcome to Simu, all participating masters, reference, and all participants. The Acala Homa fire offering ceremony has now begun. Awaken the deities by clapping twice and snapping your fingers. Visualize true Buddha lineage. Namo Vairocana Buddha, Namo Buddha Lokana, Namo Amitabha Buddha, Namo Padma Kumara, Namo Living Buddha Lian-Sheng. Visualize Grandmaster and all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas radiate light to bless us. Recite the Root Guru mantra 7 times. Recite purification mantras and the Athiyati mantra. Recite invocation mantra. We sincerely invoke our lineage root Guru, His Holiness Living Buddha Lian-Sheng, Namo White Mahapadma Kumara, Namo Lotus Light Self-Mastery Buddha, True Buddha School Lineage Gurus, the main deity of Homa, Namo Acala. We sincerely invoke the main deity of Homa, Namo Acala. We sincerely invoke the main deity of Homa, Namo Acala. Namo Golden Mother of the Primordial Jet Pond, Namo 5 Dhyani Buddhas, the True Buddha School 8 primary deities, Namo Yamantaka, Namo 4 Heavenly Kings, Namo Sima Bodhisattva, Rainbow Temples, all Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Herukas, Dhammapalas, Dakinis, and divinities. All the deities enshrined at the True Buddha Tantric Quarters, at the Seattle Temple, and at the abode of the Southern Mountain. Rainbow temples, mountain god, earth god, plant god, wind god, water god, heavenly fire god, dragon gods, and all divinities as well as the city god to please descend and bless light upon this Homa. Create homage using visualization, first to the Guru and all Buddhas. Visualize for position on the ground, release the mudra. Second, all Bodhisattvas. Visualize for position on the ground, release the mudra. Third, to all Herukas and Dhamma protectors. Visualize for position on the ground, release the mudra. Fourth, half bow. Create mandala offering from the offering mudra. Visualize the transformations of the offerings to fill the whole space. Make the offering above to the lineage Sudguru and all lineage gurus, the mediator of Homa, Acala, all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, in the middle to all dragon beings and divinities and below to all sentient beings. Recite the offering verse and mantra. Mount Meru, for continents and sun and moon transform into precious offerings for the Buddhas. May these wondrous treasures and merits purge our karma to all of our civilization. Fourfold refuge. Visualize our lineage Guru, all the lineage gurus, Buddha jewel, Dhamma jewel, and Sangha jewel to form bright white light to empower us. Recite the mantra. Armor protection. Recite Vajrapani mantra. Inviting His Holiness to perform blessings with mala.
It just happened in and out, so I don't know what happened.
恭请圣尊金刚灵所结界加持报名表格及贡品。 恭请圣尊金刚棒开炉结界。
Inviting His Holiness to perform the ritual of opening the Homa fire pit and set ceremonial demarcation around it. Inviting His Holiness to lit the fire for the Homa. Inviting His Holiness to make all the offerings to perform mudra transformations. And the assembly will be reciting the heart mantra of Acala Nata.
Nam Namo Nam
Please set the heart mantras of the Invincible Deity and Incarnate Buddha Amitabha.
Om Panamo Lim Soha, Om Ha 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 Wei Samaye Soha, Om Zari Zuri Zunte Soha, Om Zambara Chalang Chalaye Soha, Om A Hong Beta Guru Bema Siti Hom Se, Om A Hong Guru Be Ahe Sasamaha Lian-Sheng Siti Hom, Deyata Om Bekazia Maha Bekazia Lasta Samo Kyatere Soha. Nam mô Sanh Sư Liêu Hoàn Nhị Y Sư Yêu An Chiều Thiên Vũ Bạc Thông Minh Thông Hào A Mi Thổ Phổ. Nam mô Sanh Sư Liêu Hoàn Nhị Y Sư Yêu An Chiều Thiên Vũ Bạc Thông Minh Thông Hào A Mi Thổ Phổ. Nam mô Sanh Sư Liêu Hoàn Nhị Y Sư Yêu An Chiều Thiên Vũ Bạc Thông Minh Thông Hào A Mi Thổ Phổ. 回向 愿同念佛者同生极乐国，上报四重恩，下济三途苦。
May all uphold the Buddha, ascend to the realm of utmost bliss, reaping powerful generosity from above. Those in the three realms below, upon seeing the Buddha, may we transcend life and the Buddha may we liberate all. We dedicate the merit of this Homa to our lineage Guru. May you stay healthy, continually stay in samsara to turn the Dharma wheel and live a long life, inviting His Holiness to perform the overall merit dedication. Homage to Acala Nata at the center. Homage to the great sage of the center, Namo Acala. Homage to the great sage of the center, Namo Acala. We pray to Acala to radiate light and bless all participants. Commend that may they gain good health, all wishes fulfilled, and have strong commitment in spiritual cultivation, and encountered calamities transformed to auspiciousness. Please bless all the Bardo spirits to be reborn into the pure Buddha land. Please bless us with the eradication of sicknesses. May we be endowed with abundant resources. May we enhance our wisdom. And may we perfect our love and respect, and may all karma be eradicated. To Acala, please radiate light and bless us with auspiciousness during the day, auspiciousness at night, auspiciousness around the clock. And those amidst auspiciousness pray to the Yidam for absorption, to the Root Guru for blessings, and to the protectors for protection and accompaniment. May all of our prayers be granted. To the great sage at the center, Namo Acala, and to the gods in heaven, gods on earth, may we be far from all calamities, may all calamities abandon us, let all disasters turn into dust. May all obstructions disappear, may all enemies and enmities vanish. We say 100 simple mantra 3 times.
Sawa karma sutame chitamu siriran guru hom ha 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 bhagavan sawa tathagata petsamami mancha petsapawa mahasamaya sato a hom pei om petsa sato samaya manupanaya petsa sato tenupati cha setso me pawa suto kayu me pawa supu kayu me pawa Anurato me pawa sawa siri me puraya cha sawa karma sutame chitamu siri ren guru hom ha 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 bhagavan sawa tathagata petsamami mancha petsapawa mahasamaya sato a hom pei om petsa sato samaya manupanaya petsa sato tenupati cha setso me pawa Soto kayu me pawa, sopo kayu me pawa, anurato me pawa, sawa sidi me puraya cha, sawa karma sutame chitamu siri ren guru hom, ha 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 ha, bhagavan sawa tathagata petsamami mancha, petsapawa mahasamaya, sato a hom pei.
Create homage using visualization, first to root Guru and all Buddhas. Visualize for procession on the ground, release the mudra, second to all Bodhisattvas. Visualize for procession on the ground, release the mudra, third to all Herukas and Dharma protectors. Visualize for procession on the ground, release the mudra, fourth apple. Recite completion mantra. Now please stand up and let's join our palms, and together we are inviting His Holiness to take the Dharma teaching seat. Everybody, please be seated. Now let's give a round of applause as our utmost gratitude to His Holiness for presiding over this Acala Homa fire offering ceremony. Now let's join our palms. With great reverence, we are inviting His Holiness to bestow the precious Buddha Dharma teachings. First, let's pay homage to the lineage gurus, homage to the Venerable Monk Liao-ming, homage to Master Sakya Zheng-kung, homage to His Holiness the 16th Karmapa, and homage to Master Dubden Dorji, homage to the 3 jewels of the altar, and homage to the deity of Homa today, the great sage at the center, Namo Acala Nata, or Acala. Simu, Tanchen Chatso, and all Dharma masters, Dharma educators, Dharma teachers, Dharma instructors, Dharma assistants, directors of temples and chapters, and all disciples present here and over the internet. And our participating VIPs today are Madam to Ambassador Daniel Liao, the Taipei rep to Sweden and Norway, Dharma Sister Judy, accountant to True Buddha Foundation, Dharma Sister Teresa and her husband Larry, and producers for the Geni Tiansang Shinton from CTITV Taiwan, Dharma Sister Rebecca Xiachi and Dr. Zhou Hong. And from Sweden, the Chinese medical doctor Luo Caihua. And from Sweden, the accountant Huang. And the advisor to the Overseas Chinese of Republic of China, Mr. Mack, and Dr. Gao. And from Sheng-yen Lu Foundation, the President Lu Foqing, President Foqing Lu, and Dharma Brother Andy, and Dharma Brother Foqi Lu, Dharma Sister Sunny, Dharma Sister Jin Lu, and Dharma Brother Jaden.
Thank you for coming.
Good afternoon, everyone. How do you do? In Taiwanese, Mandarin, Cantonese. Let me first mention that next Sunday, on June 24th, there will be Long Life Buddha, Buddha Amitayus fire offering ceremony.
Long Life Buddha fire offering ceremony.
Long Life Buddha fire offering ceremony. And the deity that we perform today is extraordinary. So those who did not become primary supplicants, too bad, but the primary supplicants, congratulations. Because this deity was an emanation and the wheel of injunction of Vairocana Buddha. So a wheel of injunction is considered as a heruka. And the most important Vajra protector or heruka of both the Dharma Dhatu and the Vajra Dhatu Mandala is Acala, who was the emanation of Vairocana Buddha. And in Japanese Santayana, he is highly respected there. Because at that time of Kobodaishi in Japan, he was considered to be a sage who went abroad to study Buddhism. He went to mainland China. There were two people who went. One is called Zui Chen. And he went to, they were to China. Cui Chen went to Mount Tiantai and studied the Dharma Laksana school and the Tiantai school. And Kobudaisi followed either the Huanghe, the Yellow River, or the Changjiang to Chang'an, the capital of Chang'an. And he saw the prosperity of the capital Chang'an. So Kobudaisi studied in Chang'an. And he received a lineage from the elder venerable Hui Guo from the Qinglong, the blue-green dragon temple. So during the Tang dynasty, there was the three great masters of the pioneers of Buddhism. These three people who went from India to Chang'an. They were Vajrabodhi, Simarak Singh, and Amoga. So Kobudaisi received the transmission and lineage from these three great masters. And he went to Chang'an and studied with the elder venerable Hui Guo. And the way they selected their yidam is by throwing flour onto a mandala. And where the flower landed on, that would become your yidam or personal deity. So you close your eyes and then you place a band around your eyes, and then he threw the flower, and the flower landed on Vairocana Buddha, which is the great sun Tathagata. So the yidam of Kobudaisi is Vairocana Buddha, or the great sun Tathagata. So at that time, Kukai, or Kobudaisi, accepted Vairocana as his yidam and Acala as his protector. So Acala in Japanese Tantrayana is the most respected, and you can see Acala everywhere in Japan. There's a statement that's very important. The Acala's vow is, one who sees me will generate bodhicitta. Anyone seeing my body will generate bodhicitta. One who hears my name will stop doing evil and begin doing good. So stop evil and do good. One who listens to my teachings will obtain great wisdom. Anyone hearing Acala teaching Buddha Dharma will attain great wisdom. One who knows my mind will attain Buddhahood in the present body. So this vow is truly great. So Acala is the leader and the first and foremost of the 8 Vidya Rajas, or the wisdom kings. So he is the emanation and the wheel of injunction of Vairocana Buddha. So it's very easy to recognize Acala. One of his eye is an angry eye, and the other eye is a very diminuting, the kind of eye that would look left and right. And the lips, the upper lips, biting on the lower lips. The upper lip biting on the lower lip, and the upper fangs downward and the lower fangs upward. And his right hand is holding a sword, and then spitting out fire, blazing fire. And then the right hand, the left hand is holding a lasso. It's on his knee. Or in many temples in Japan, they would enshrine Acala, including the Guan Yin temple, the Kannon temple in Asakusa, Kannon Sama. So Kannon Sama of Asakusa, at that temple there was Acala. And once I joined my palms there and called upon his name and chanted Samanto Modanan Vasalalan Han. So, as I was chanted this mantra, there was a sound that chanted together with me the same mantra. So people around me heard that Akalanatha chanted the same mantra. As I was chanting the mantra, the Akalanatha also chanting the mantra. So I heard his voice. So what would happen then? The one who hears my teachings will obtain great wisdom. At Asakusa, not in Kyoto, that's the old capital, but in Tokyo, Shinjuku, Ginza, and Asakusa. So at the Kannon Sama temple at Asakusa, the temple of Guan Yin Bodhisattva. So for XX, I gave the name of Layman Temple. And then she told everybody that Guan Yin Bodhisattva in Japanese is called Layman. But no, that's wrong. That was a mistake. Because at the temple there was a thunder god and the wind god. So that's why on the gate there it was written the gate of the thunder, but it did not mean Guan Yin, because in Japanese Guan Yin is Kannon or Kannon Sama, means Guan Yin Bodhisattva. So she said the wrong thing. And she said a lot of wrong things. It's unavoidable. So Acala is truly great. Why? Because he is the most wrathful of all wrathful deities.
他的房间结界
He's the most wrathful and terrifying. Every night, I would perform protection
衣服的出场室的门
at Simu's bedroom, all the doors and windows, even to the closets and to the bathroom. And I would place Acala there. And the same at my doors in my room.
他也是帮助我的
He's also the one who helped me.
到我那里
At that time, there were many ghosts coming to get me. So that was Acala and Mahabala
扶持我大力
who helped me,
跟大力金刚
protected
从我
me.
嘴里面飞出来
And Mahabala flew out of my
大力
mouth.
金刚从我嘴巴
This huge Mahabala flew from my mouth.
很伟大的大力金刚跟不动
A truly great Mahabala. And the Acala from the 10 directions
斩头
went out and chopped off the heads of all ghosts who attacked
所以
me.
这一次啊我们这个6月30号
So this time,
罗天大教
on June 30th, at the Luo Tian Da Jiao ceremony,
跟这个大力金刚他们都会去
of course,
但是呢
Acala and Mahabala will also go. Of course, they are not to chop their heads,
然后
but to protect them and to guide them
到更好的地方去
to a better realm.
这次去他们虽然现的是愤怒相
Although they manifest the wrathful form,
大力金刚是很怕
and all the ghosts would be scared of Acala, because Acala is more terrifying than the
但
ghost,
是比鬼还要凶
and Mahabala is more terrifying than the ghost, and of course Acala too.
咬上唇
I have formed this. The lower lip bite on the upper lip.
不知道姿势好看不好看
This,
下唇咬上
did that look good? The lower lip biting on the upper lip.
是这种眼愤怒
And this kind of eyes.
的描目
One angry eye and one kind of eye that looks down.
他是空海大师日本东密的创
And he is the
最伟大的空海
and the founder of Japanese Tantrayana,
天才不二
Kobudaishi or Kukai, and he was considered as the most gifted and talented one in Japan.
日是空海大师
And the Japanese characters were
传承之中
invented by Kobudaishi.
你不懂得日文
And before,
是你用
the
写
Japanese
华文
used some Han or Chinese
老
characters.
一辈的日本人或他们会看
So if you don't know Japanese and you write some Chinese Han characters, the elder Japanese would understand. So Buddhism spread from India
东南亚
to Southeast
到
Asia,
西藏
to Tibet,
到中原隋唐
to the Middle Kingdom
朝的时代
during Sui dynasty and Tang
然后
dynasty,
流传到
to China,
利亚
and then to Korea,
再从韩国
and from Korea
流到日
and China, it spread to
东南亚
Japan.
那边呢有流到印尼
And Southeast Asia, it also went to Indonesia.
是属于佛教本身流传的范围
So these were the areas where Buddhism spread.
学的完
And Kobudaishi learned a lot.
天竺的文字
He learned Sanskrit
那个叫做云日
the languages of India, and it's called the cloud scripts. The scripts like clouds. So that's why the Kobudaishi's Japanese had some origin or roots from the cloud scripts of India. And recently, I have written several articles on Kobudaishi, on Kukai, and how great Kukai was. I wrote them in my articles. And we went to visit Shikoku, the 88 spiritual centers, 88 temples of Kukai in Shikoku. Jesus Christ had 10 miraculous powers of transcendent power, and one of them was that he could walk on water. And the first one, Jesus could transform water into wine. That was the first miracle that he performed. And Kobudaishi also had 10 transcendent or miraculous powers. Plus, please don't copy them, because his power was truly great. One of them was he jumped off the highest cliff. And a goddess, a Devi, used the cloud to catch him. So that kind of transcendent power, please don't copy. You go to Snoqualmie Falls, and you jump off like the waterfall. Please don't do that. So he truly has great supernatural or transcendental power. And Kobudaishi also knew Golden Mother, because it was mentioned in his letters. He gave a basket of chrysanthemums, of like peaches that were planted in the temple. So, and the letter said that although this is not, or the kumquats, that this is not the celestial longevity peach of Golden Mother, but this were planted with earnestness in the temple. So do you know the kumquats that were planted at the temple, offered to the emperor? There was a joke. A man and a woman went to the motel. For what? Well, you know what. Once they got to the motel, so he took off his clothes and he asked the woman to take off her clothes, but she didn't want to. And she was shy, and the man asked, why? Why are you shy? And then she said, because my boobies, my boobs are very small. So the boyfriend asked, how small? And she said, like oranges. And orange is probably this big, right? And the boyfriend said, oh, it's okay, oranges are fine. just take off your clothes. And once she took off her clothes, it turned out to be like kumquats. And kumquats is also a kind of citrus. In Chinese, it's also called like orange, golden orange. So it's very small, as big as his thumb. Though this is a joke. Yeah, I was talking about Kukai, who offered the kumquats to the emperor Cha-er, and this emperor valued Kukai and let him send him study abroad and give him a lot of support. So just now I formed the mudra for the nine syllables, which is Ling, Bing, Do, Ze, Lie, Zhen, Lie, Zai, Qian, Jie, Zhen. That's 9 characters or 9 syllables mantra. 9 characters are very useful. They represent Acala. If you know how to perform the cutting and then recite Ling Bing Do Ze Jie Zhen Lie Zai Qian, immediately that area becomes purified. So what are you afraid of? If your house has negative or bad energy, then you form this cutting mudra on your 4 sides, and so inside it, all will be purified. It's very simple. And this is the most powerful protection. If there are some impure things inside your house, like the ghosts, then you use this cutting formula, this cutting mudra, and recite the Ling Bing Do Ze Jie Zhen Lie Zai Qian. Immediately the ghost will escape, would run away. And this would be protection of the highest kind, the best kind. So ever since Simu and I performed this Acala ceremonial boundary or protection, do you sleep well recently? Your mom sleeps really well. Every day I would ask her, did you sleep well? Yes. And every night I would perform protection for her. So if you sleep well, then you would feel energetic, and I sleep even better. And your mom is my alarm clock in the morning. She would wake me up at the right time. I sleep well. Why do I sleep well? Because I also form protection for myself. And then I cool down my brain and I throw away everything. Issues and subjects of the school and problems of people and things, all thrown away. Then it becomes empty. And immediately I would fall asleep. When I get on bed, I would do my practice, and halfway I would have fallen asleep. It often happens. I was just chanting a few of the mantras. going to the Pure Land, leaving behind all sufferings. Namo Amitabha. Please, Golden Mother, be in charge. Please, Golden Mother, be in charge. Please, Golden Mother, be in charge. And before I perform the net protection, I have fallen asleep. That happens often until my alarm sounds and she would say, "Get up, get up." Right? When you say get up, I don't hear it, so she has to tap on me before I can wake up, because I enter into deep meditation. How can I be awakened so easily? I sleep the best. I sleep very well. So today we will continue to talk about Lamdre. No sound entering into the mouth. And in the real practice, you also perform the complete 9 postures of meditation. And again, visualize at the navel chakra, the dark blue-green triangular. A triangle represents fire. At the 4-finger width below the navel is called the life generation palace, or called the lower dantian. There is a triangle there. Like when we perform Acala Homa earlier, that was with the triangle. All the chi enters quietly into the lower part. All the chi entering into you disappears inside the triangle by breathing through the mouth without any sound. So the chi is inhaled from the mouth without any sound. Then you swallow saliva, like what we talked about last night. Swallow your saliva. If you make a sound, then there will be no warmth felt, or it will dissipate. Therefore, it has to be without any sound, because only without any sound you can ignite the inner fire. And the lower chi enter into your lower dantian, and the upper chi came in through the mouth without any sound, and then you swallow saliva. So what will happen in this situation, that you would be able to hold it day and night. If you can hold the breath and practice it this way, day and night, with the warmth, you would generate bliss and clear light. So temperature, warmth, bliss, and clear light. And it can dispel the ailments of water retention and digestive system, etc. Especially when the chi is allowed to press on a certain area of the body, that it can penetrate that area to eliminate all kinds of major disorders of the body. This is the practice to fill both limbs. So it can alleviate the ailments of the stomach, intestines, and the abdomen. So as long as you make the chi to press on a certain area, then the area will be penetrated, will open. And so now you understand. So the real practice is by forming the 9 postures of meditation and visualize a dark blue-green triangular Dharma origin at the navel chakra. So one triangle or two triangles like the Star of David. And all the chi, the lower chi, you lift up the lower chi and you press down the upper chi, similar to the one from yesterday. But in this case, you breathe in through the mouth until it's full, and then you swallow the saliva. Some people don't have any more saliva, especially when they get older. And younger people would have saliva. But why older people don't have any more saliva? Because of age and deterioration. But it's very easy. If you touch the tip of the tongue to the upper palate, and then you swish the tongue around your teeth, then saliva will be generated, especially if you do it at night. That's from my experience. Or during the day, at the quiet time, you use your tongue and you use the tongue to rotate and to swish around your teeth, then water will be generated. And when the water fills your mouth, you breathe in, and then you use this water to push the qi down. You use this method. So you push down the upper qi and you lift up the lower qi. Then you would be able to generate warmth at the dantian area, and you would also generate the clear light and bliss. Let me share a joke. When a person reaches middle age, it's like the journey to the West. At middle age, you would have the stress of the monkey king. And at middle age, you have the body of the pig, the precept pig. That's right too. At 1, you're born with merriment. At 10, you're into studies. At 30, I forgot. You're into career. At 40, you gain weight. So at middle age, you have the figure of the precept pig, and your hair is like the Saud monk, which is bald at the center, and then you start to nag like the monk Xuanzang, and you're getting closer and closer to the Western paradise. So how old is Sisun? How old is Grandmaster? There was a lady that told me, Grandmaster is 17. And how old is that girl? 16. Grandmaster is 17. And upside down is not enough. Grandmaster is 74. This is a joke. One day, I went to the noodle shop to eat noodle, and there were a pair of lovers next table, at the next table, talking to each other. You think that in our next lives we will be together like now? When I heard that, I thought the man would not be able to reply. But little did I know, the man said, "Hey, you have asked the same questions in the past life." So he's like XX. So this man was quite incredible. If someone asks, "Will we be together in the future lives?" and you would reply, "Well, you asked the same question in our past lives," that would be the best answer. Only now I know a child was in the toilet. That constipation is the change of gravity. So when the gravity disappears, then you constipate. That's a joke of a child. And the teacher asked, which student would know about shamelessness? That's an idiom in Chinese. And Xiaoming said, "I know." Okay, now you explain it. This is play of words. So when the teacher reprimands us, his face has no expression. So that means it's like the dead skin. And then when the bell rings, the teacher is still in the class and not leaving right away, so that's kind of sticking around. So that's actually play of words, only meaningful in Chinese. A 70-year-old lady went to the beauty salon and asked, "How much is it for dyeing the hair?" $80. And the lady said, "It's too expensive. How about if I just do half of it for $40? And okay, sure, if you want half, then I'll. And the lady said, "Okay, why don't you just dye the silver hair? No need to dye the black hair or the dark hair." So she's quite smart. So next Sunday we will have the long life Buddha's ceremony. Actually, let me tell you, I don't want to live a long life. Originally, I wanted to live to 60 only. See, the most talented, gifted one, Kobodaishi, please check. At what age did he pass away? Kobodaishi of Japan. What time did he pass away?
61岁。
At 61,
好我知道了，他也是60几岁他就往生。我本来我个人
I knew he died in his 60s. And for myself, I wanted to die at 60. But so strange. And Golden Mother told me that you can come back at 66. So I thought, okay, maybe 66, because Su Dongpo, the poet of China, died at 66. And I said, okay, I will go back at 66. And it turned out I'm actually going back to Taiwan at 66. It turned out I went back to Taiwan at 66. I thought I was going back to Golden Mother's place or Maha Twin Lotus Ponds. I did not want to live a long life. Like Kobudaishi, he lived to 61 and he's already the gifted one. And he was in meditation for 10 days, 10 complete days. And then he passed away. He went into parinirvana. So I wanted to be like that too. And Su Dongpo at 66. And then I thought, oh well, and because I went back to Taiwan at 66, so I stayed half a year in Taiwan and half a year in America. And how many years have passed now? 8 years. 66 plus 8, 74. And then I also thought, well, 73 is good too. And then I heard that XX made this claim that you could only live to be 73. So I thought, no, then I want to live past 73. So my life is in the palms of my hands. So I want to live to be whatever I want, because you claim that I would die at 73. You know why I wanted to die at 73? Because Confucius, the sage of China, I wanted to learn the spirit of Confucius. So that's why I thought I could pass away at 73. You can check your cell phones at what age Confucius passed away, and Su Dongpo and Kukai. Su Dongpo 66, Kukai 61, and Confucius 73. I thought 73 is a good age. I would learn like Confucius. And all of a sudden, I heard that XX from a decade ago, over 10 years ago, started to claim that I would die at 73. So I want to prove that she was lying, she was inaccurate. So on my birthday, which will be on June 30th, in a few days, I would play do, re, mi to her. Whatever she said was inaccurate. Why do you believe her? But I don't like to say how long people will live. The most I would say is that, oh, this may drag on, or someone will not get better, but I will not determine their age or life span. because the long life Buddha ceremony can help you extend your lifespan. If you want to be like grandmasters, not longevity, because for grandmasters, as long as you complete your tasks in your life, that's good enough. There's no need to drag on. I don't want to live a long life. I did not want to live a long life. But now, because she claimed that I would die at 73, so let me think, at what age do I want to go back? You know, now I will not go even if you kick me out or you chase me away. However, when nobody asked me to leave, anymore, then I will suddenly go. You know, as for my life, Golden Mother will tell me, it's not you, XX. Golden Mother will drop a sheet of cloth and with writings on it that you will leave the world at this date and time. She will definitely let me know ahead of time. Golden Mother would. So, Golden Mother is my most precious mother in heavens. She would definitely tell me. So even if she doesn't come and get me, I will go on my own. Of course, I hope that when I am leaving the world, I hope that all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas would descend and meet me. And I pray this way with great sincerity that at the time when you leave the world, that your yidams will appear in front of you. I pray this way, that your yidams will appear in front of you and guide you to the Pure Lands. So, may all true Buddha disciples have great health, that everyone can have success and attainments from their spiritual cultivation. So at the moment of death, which is extremely important, you need to put down and let go of everything, including your wives, your wealth, your children, your positions, everything have to be put down. You don't want to think of them. You have to be in full concentration, to be single-minded, that your yidam is seated on top of your head. That's it. Just remember, at the moment of death, your mind cannot be chaotic, and you need to be mindful and think of your yidam. If your yidam is Amitabha Buddha, then think of Amitabha Buddha right in front of you very clearly, and your mind is on Amitabha Buddha, and because of your thought, Amitabha will appear in front of you, and by merging into him, then you would go to the Pure Land. This is most important, being single-minded. The appearance of the Buddha, of your yidam, and because you think of them and you follow them, then you would have attained them. Doesn't matter which Dhamma practice you do. You would know of your own personal deity or yidam, that at the moment of death, you need to put down everything. Don't think of them at all. Just think of your yidam or personal deity, and he or she will definitely appear in front of you. And by merging into him or her, then you would go to the Pure Land. Recently, for the prior to being let die, like euthanasia. Prior to being employed euthanasia, she was asked, what regret do you have before you have this euthanasia to die due to terminal illness? And yet she's still regretful of this, that this television only used her once. So she still has this regret. So instead of focusing her mind on Jesus, so at the moment of death, it would be like panicky, and you're still worried about your wealth, that you have to tell your children, like Grandmaster hides a lot of personal money, a little bit, not that much, not the lots of money. And I have to tell the children because they would not know where I hide them. Then if you do that, then it's impossible for you to go. So you have to let go of your wealth and your name, whether you're Grandmaster or not, doesn't matter. Just let it go. Wealth, lust or sex or love. Like if you're still worrying whether your wife will marry someone else, then you'll be, that would be bad. And don't worry about name and status. Oh, if I die this way, then this would look really bad. Don't worry about it. Doesn't matter whether you die comfortably or not comfortably. It doesn't matter. And then food. Oh, it's so hot in the summer. I love ice cream. Don't think about ice cream anymore. And sleep. Don't think that by sleeping everything is gone. You need to be mindful of your yidam. Please remember what Grandmaster says today. Don't think of anything else. Just think of your personal deity, of your yidam.
非常感谢根本传承上师宝贵的法语开示。现在请大家合作，把各自做的椅子叠好。
We are very grateful to His Holiness Precious Dharma teaching. And please help with the chairs, and in a moment there will be the empowerments for Acala. And during empowerments, please remember to form the mudra, to visualize the deity, and to recite the mantra. This ends the English interpretation today. Please remember to return your receivers. Thank you.
大众不动明王法灌顶。还没有接受灌顶的义工同们，请你们速速来接受灌顶，灌顶很快就要结束了。感谢根本上师赐受不动明王法灌顶。 恭请师尊护摩过火。顶礼坛城做观想大礼拜，一拜根本传承上师及诸佛。嗡啊吽，观想顶礼，回天心三音。二拜诸菩萨。嗡啊吽，观想顶礼，回天心三音。三拜诸护法金刚。嗡啊吽，观想顶礼，回天心三音。四平等一起手。护摩法会圆满吉祥结束了，感谢根本传承上师的大加持，感谢师母、诸位上师、教授师、法师、讲师、助教、贵宾、同门善信大德的护持，谢谢大家，阿弥陀佛。We now conclude this live broadcast. Thank you for viewing.